What's up, guys? I hope you guys are taking action in real life to be more like the main character of this show, Ayanokouji. For example, like going to the gym, reading books to gain knowledge, going to the gym. Instead of watching the show religiously, which I don't blame you, this is an amazing show. But we're all low-key jealous of Ayanokouji. I know I am. Because he gets all the ladies. He's jacked, aesthetic physique. He can fight like a badass. He's intelligent and he's stoic. He is like the king of introverts. He's what every introvert wants to be. Enough dick riding this guy. So yeah, I finally caught up with Classroom of the Elite. I've already watched episode 1 with a couple of friends at a big city, which I didn't want to watch. But after that, I was holding off on watching it because I don't like waiting for new episodes every week. I'm the type of person who likes to delay gratification and wait till more episodes come out so I can just binge all of it. Alright, you already know the drill. Episode 1, let's go. So, like I said, I watched it in the city, then I decided to rewatch it. Rewatching it, my experience was like, okay, the first episode was really slow. It was honestly kind of bad start to a season, not gonna lie. It's normal to forget the little details, like the side characters, and there were so many of them. Throughout the show, I had tabs open, like tabs on like how to, like every time I see when someone mentions a character's last name or first name, I would just quickly like type on my goddamn keyboard to say, okay, who's this? It was annoying as hell. Like some characters would like stick to saying the first name and some characters stick to saying that character's last name. And I would know like one of them. So like I have to know both. But yeah, so many new characters added to the show I did not care about. I'm only interested in Class A because it's Class A. Class B, hell no. Honestly, Ichinose is kinda cool. I like Ichinose. Class C, Ryuen, the blue hair girl who knows how to kick, and the black guy. I remember this one scene in episode 1. This is one of the biggest wasted times. Like, my friend, when I was watching it in the city with my friends, there was this 14-year-old who watches anime. He's caught up, he's a full weeb now. He told me this scene in episode 1, 15 minutes and 30 seconds, was like the biggest waste of time. And it is. It's just Ichinose talking to these two side girl characters trying to be cute. I literally laughed so hard because he was absolutely right. What was the point of the scene? Alright, moving on. As for the boys scene, Ayanokouji being with a mix of people of like different classes from other guys, I wasn't looking forward to that because I didn't know these guys. First of all, some of them. For the guys group, here's the characters I did not care about and I mostly saw. It was the nerd, it was the jock wannabe, and it was this quiet nerd. And now the characters that I found interesting was Masayoshi Hashimoto. Yeah, you can already tell I looked it up. Yeah, I'm new to this. Sorry guys. I'll explain about him later in like episode 3 and 4, 2 and 3, 4, but yeah, whatever. And episode 1, we finally saw what I always wanted to see, Ayanokouji and Sakanagi face to face. I wish they showed them their conversation from the last ending of season 2. And then I really like that. And then we see Ayanokouji, biggest simp for Ayanokouji, Horikta's brother. I can't believe it. This guy was like kind of a badass, but now he's just like another Ayanokouji fanboy. He's like no different than any of the girls here. Okay, moving on to episode 2 and 3. Even though first episode was pretty much ass, we get into the final test right away, which was the marathon. So let's talk about this scene. 11 minutes and 57 seconds. Ayanokouji walks to this girl, purple hair girl, crying. She says she was crying for Horikta. At first I thought, wait, she knows Suzune? I don't even remember her. And then my dumbass realized like a minute later, oh, she's talking about Suzune's brother, Horikta. You see what I mean? Some characters like say other people's last name. Like it would have been easier if she just said his first name. Oh well, I already know that, like, yeah, there's two. I gotta remember there's 2 Horiktas. Anyways, so I ended the episode of episode 2 when the blonde haired guy showed up. The president. I was kind of hyped. That was a pretty good scene. He's like an interesting character. Antagonist. He's an interesting antagonist. So that's enough. It's like the new era characters versus the old day 1 characters. Throughout episode 2, 3, and 4, shit's so different now. Like, for example, Ryuen. He used to be the loudmouth of Class C, and he would just confront people. Now he's like the behind-the-scenes loner. A cool behind-the-scenes loner. And there's this black guy. He got his ass kicked by Ayanokouji. And now he's like the quiet dude, but he's still in the popular group, in the guys group. I find that pretty funny, I'm not gonna lie. And then throughout episode 2, 3, 4, whatever, Ayanokouji and Karizawa, man, their ships look so better. I'm still surprised. Like, I remember I spoiled myself. I heard like people said that Ayanokouji and Karizawa were gonna get together when I was such a fan of Suzune and Ayanokouji. This is like when season 1 was still out and we never thought season 2 was gonna happen. I like Karizawa. She killed it. Now I love Ayanokouji and Karizawa. Now let's move on to like the characters that were interesting. So Masayoshi, the yellow hair dude, class A dude. Sakanagi's underling. I find him interesting, I'm not gonna lie. He knows what he's doing. I could tell he's intelligent like Ayanokouji, and it's fun seeing him test things out to see Ayanokouji's reaction when we know he's not gonna react to anything. Like for example, when he straight up asked out Karizawa, he was looking at Ayanokouji to see how he would react. Ayanokouji did not care. He was like, okay, peace out. So yeah, this character, yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Like, it's just Class A. I like the Class A characters. Another character, interesting character, big surprise from Class A, Masumi Kamoro, another of Sakanagi's underling. I was not expecting for her to betray Sakanagi, and I mean, she was interesting from the start, but like, yeah, Sakanagi's overworking her. But it's cool that she now trusts Ayanokouji. But wait, now that I think about it, I did watch up to 6. That was all part of the plan, because to get Ayanokouji, okay, whatever. So the president Sakanagi, she basically started to attack the Class B's leader, Ichinose, by spreading rumors. Not gonna lie, that was kind of badass and hot. But let's talk about something else. I gotta mention this scene. Yamamuchi, I don't know if I said that right. This was episode 3 minutes and 54 seconds. This guy's an ass. If you hate him, I don't blame you. But you know what? This guy is actually funny as hell. I know he could say some dumb things, but like on 5 minutes and 5 minutes and 17 seconds, when he calls himself the lethal weapon, when Sakanagi called for him, and then Horikita was trying to not tell him to leave the class, I literally just died. Probably the funniest scene of Classroom of the Lead of all the season. It seems like he's like starting to be the enemy of this classroom, like Kushida in a way, I guess. But on the 6th episode, he seemed kind of normal with like EK, but yeah. Towards the ending of episode 3, it's just Ayanokouji and Suzune hanging out for the rest of the episode, and they went to comfort Ichinose. I enjoyed seeing that a lot. I like it when Ayanokouji and Suzune hang out. It makes my dick hard, but like, yeah, those are day 1. Well, now here's a time where Ichinose is going to be tested. She's having a rough time with Sakanagi just going on the offense on her. Yeah, she's like bottling it all in, and we'll talk about that later. Yeah, we're gonna talk about Ichinose later. I remember while watching episode 3, I was like thinking of Kushida, and big surprise, like to me, like a couple minutes later, Kushida, or the president, Horikita's brother, called Ayanokouji saying Kushida came in contact with the blondie, the president. So I was like, okay. Then I got excited. Episode 5, this was going down. Like Sakanagi literally confronted Class B, and I've never seen Ayanokouji run to somewhere dramatic. In 2 minutes and 38 seconds, episode 5, he was literally running to the window. I've never seen that. I thought he would just walk. It would make more sense. Now here's the part about Ichinose, the part where she was confessing her sins. I was cringing. Like, what was that? Sakanagi stole something? Was this Sakanagi's master evil plan? I'll get to it later. That's what I thought in the beginning. And then next thing you know, Ayanokouji and Sakanagi, they all planned it out. When I saw Sakanagi and Ayanokouji together after that whole thing, when they were in the bench on the sunset, they looked like a couple. Man, first it was Suzune, and then it was Karizawa, and now I kind of want Ayanokouji and Sakanagi to, have sex. But anyways, who would have freaking thought Ayanokouji, he wanted to rise a challenge from Sakanagi, and he wanted to save Ichinose. And this was all part of the plan, which was to expel Kushida. I totally forgot about that goal. This goal was I thought this was like a side goal of Ayanokouji. I thought that wasn't the main thing, but it is the main thing. Crazy. I want to see this guy play chess. This guy can predict future moves, but... Alright, on to episode 6, the final one. Halfway through the season. At the start of this show, I will always hate when any anime, when they explain the rules of the game in subtitles all day over dub. But like, when explaining the rules of the game in subtitle is so annoying and overwhelming. But today was the first time I was able to understand it quite well. Basically, one person is expelled and one person gets protected. Now, when the part where Ayanokouji and Suzune hanging out again, and they confronted Ryuen after their conversation, I 1000% agree with Ayanokouji. I'm glad he said that, honestly, of how he doesn't want Ryuen to be expelled. This show will be so much more boring without him. And I honestly like Ryuen. He's really interesting. Even when he was like reckless in season 1 and 2. Yeah, nothing much to say about episode 6, except that the president has some raping lust towards Ichinose. Now, Ichinose is going to be doing things against her will. This is reminding me of like the first part of season 2 when Kairizawa was backed in the corner in like the basement boiler room and Ayanokouji told her to spread her legs. And yeah, Ichinose is in the same position, except that Ichinose is a nice girl. She'll do things when she's backed against the corner, and this guy, this blondie, oh well. Alright, well, I'm glad. Halfway through the season, I'm glad I held off on this, and now I'm gonna hold off, watch it again, not watch the next episode, but when the last episode comes, once I know it's over, then yeah, maybe part 2 of this. Show's getting good. The show is actually good. And all the side characters, the memories started coming back for some people, but like, still. And yo, like, this guy Ayanokouji gets so much girls, man. So much girls. Bro, I can't wait to see Kushida being expelled. I'm gonna miss Kushida too. I mess with her. I can't believe she gave the chocolate to Ayanokouji. But anyways, thanks for watching. Keep being like Ayanokouji. Do things that what you gotta do in real life. And peace out.